Hello, I'm Carrie Schochet with Purple Squirrel Advisors, and I'm really excited to be here today with Juon. Catherine, welcome, and thanks for coming on.
Absolutely, my pleasure.
So Catherine is an EOS implementer and a friend. I've gotten to know her over the last several years, and I thought it would be really fun for us to have some conversations around EOS and specifically the impact that EOS can have on companies and teams. There's never been a more important time than now to have team health with COVID and just this forced change that has happened within many of our environments. And so I'm looking forward to this conversation and would like to kind of ask the first question, Catherine. What kind of companies or teams can really benefit from EOS and these tools?
Sure, yeah. We always say it's entrepreneurial teams. So we work with the leadership teams of companies that are open-minded, growth-oriented, and really much more interested in figuring out how to break out of the status quo than stay in the status quo. They want to change one way or another.
Okay.
And often they've hit the ceiling.
Mm-hmm.
And EOS is a way for help them to break through that ceiling, however it looks for them.
Okay. No, that's a great description, because I had the misconception that, you had to be a certain size of employee, you had to have a certain number of employees or, something along those lines. And then I realized these tools can be helpful even to a small group, and so that was my own personal experience with it.
Yeah, that's true. I work with a lot of small teams. There is a number, often thrown out from 10 to 250 people is kind of the sweet spot. But there are plenty of teams that are smaller and growth oriented that love getting EOS kind of embedded in the organization early. So
Okay.
It helps them with hiring and process and all of those sorts of things as they grow, rather than having to go back and implement them later. And I think that might be a little bit the experience that you're having with EOS.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, EOS definitely, the tools in the systems of EOS definitely helped us to get through, a challenging time and all the change that we experienced in the last year. But it has also given us a great foundation to continue to grow. And we've got several, new hires in the pipeline, and we feel like better equipped to onboard them. We have processes, we have things documented. We have plans. And so that's really exciting to, feel as prepared as we do now for bringing on these new hires. And we probably wouldn't have been in the same spot, prior to our EOS journey.
Yeah.
So, well, in our next videos, I know we plan to talk about some other tools. Maybe you could just highlight, Catherine, some of the tools that, are your favorites or that you feel are most impactful in these areas.
Sure. Certainly one of the things I've help managers a lot, particularly new managers, is the way EOS handles what we call quarterly conversations. So
Okay.
that process of checking in with your direct reports, which often is terrifying to people who have
Right.
never done it before.
Yes. Okay, so we'll dive into quarterly conversations in the next video, and maybe people analyzer alongside of that.
Sure, absolutely. They play into each other really well.
Okay, great. Well, thank you, Catherine, and thank you to all who tuned in, and we'll see you in our next video.